let's talk about Super BomberMan R2. This game is really fascinating. From a base gameplay and mechanical perspective, this game is flawless. Most of my biggest issues with this game are small nitpicking things, but to start out, let's look at the story mode. I don't understand it. I haven't completed it yet, so that could certainly be a problem, but a lot of it so far makes no sense. It starts out with a few cutscenes that are certainly cute in their own right, and have some of the obvious Japanese humor some of you might expect, but then we're thrown into this hub world where you have to collect squishies. I think that's the name. If you get enough squishies, you can traverse to the next area. There's really not much else I've seen yet in these hub areas, but at select points in the game, you have the opportunity to be snatched away and pulled into a castle battle. This is really what the story mode is all about. Really, it's the whole reason the game exists. Now, I have to admit something that I've never admitted to anyone else before. I've never played a Bomberman game before this. Nope, not an ounce of Bomberman NES, or a teaspoon of Bomberman 64, or even a lick of Bomberman Generation. This was my first dip into the Bomberman franchise. And I have to say, I was both surprised and confused. Now, for past veterans of the franchise, it seems the main reason to get this game is for the new castle mode. This mode took me a while to figure out, but once I did, it's aight. I think this mode would be best played online, but unfortunately for me, my online never works, so I'm stuck playing against CPUs. This mode has a small team of defense facing a large team on the offense to collect keys and open chests. With the map builder, you can make various traps to protect against the offense, but I couldn't get into the map building, so I stuck with the classical pre-built maps. In this mode especially, the AI all feel incredibly stupid. They play just as good as a baby jumping on a keyboard, which, I mean, if we look at Mr. Wigglesworth, doesn't mean much, since their baby has already beaten 11 games. Nonetheless, the AI in this game is silly, going around in circles and hardly doing anything much. Now, when I first started playing Super BomberMan R2, I had no expectations. I knew it was a classic franchise, but beyond that, I was blind. The game's story mode immediately caught my attention though, with its
"Alright, Bomberman brothers, let's go! I'm gonna pee my pants!"
noticeable voice acting, which honestly sounds straight out of a Sonic TV show or a 2000s Disney cartoon. And like I said, the humor is very obvious. If you appreciate obvious comedy, then you might just end up liking it. It's just, the delivery of the lines are so broken at times, and it's hilarious. On to the Bomberman staples, which I'm reviewing for the first time, so if I mention something that's already been in the franchise for decades and you want to tear out my limbs because I didn't realize that, I don't know, get over yourself. So, one mechanic in battle mode that I think is awesome is the second chances we get after dying. It's excellent for when you accidentally blow yourself in the first 5 seconds, like a certain someone I know has. Speaking truthfully, the very first match I did started with a bomb in my face and me locked with it having nowhere to run. From what I can tell, there was no tutorial to speak of. Of course, I knew how the bombs worked because I've been on the internet within the last 4 decades, but besides my sheer incompetence, I had no guide, and some slightly nuanced mechanics or strategies took a second to understand. Nonetheless, this is absolutely an amazing entry point to the Bomberman franchise. Something I adore in Super BomberMan R2 is the character customization. You can dress up your Bomberman in all types of fits, and the best part, you don't use V-Bucks, or Robux, or Dogecoin. Either way, this game uses nothing that can be converted to real-world currency. All your spending money comes straight from playing the game, which is a really good thing, because this game is hella expensive. You know, back in maybe 2015, you couldn't dream of catching me spending more than $30 on a game like this. However, given the current gaming landscape and the fact that games like WarioWare are priced at $50, I don't know. I suppose Super BomberMan R2 is worth $50. Overall, Super BomberMan R2 is a solid game, and if you're a complete newbie to the franchise like me, it's an excellent entry point. Though, for more seasoned players, you might be better off buying something with a little more meat for the price. I would compare this to Tetris. I adore Tetris, easily one of my favorite puzzle games, and I might even say one of my favorite all-time games, given you consider it just one game. Which, it's not, but I digress. If they were to make something like Tetris Super Ultra Legendary, featuring one sort of fun brand new game mode and a story mode, and it was $50, okay, I'd probably still buy it, but I would spend a lot of time scolding myself for wasting that much money. The core gameplay and battle mode are where Bomberman truly shines. So if you're in the mood for some explosive multiplayer action and a bit of accidental self-explosion, Super BomberMan R2 is probably pretty cool. So yeah, make sure to lock your door at night and come back next time to see me put a baby in a microwave. And as always, keep cool.